Okay, sir, I'll share it.
Yeah.
Just tell me if it's audible or not, video.
Yeah. Okay.
The Arshia was present. She got disconnected. She was connected, but her network was
Yeah.
improper. So
Okay. Yeah. So let the Arshia talk about it now. Why you are advocating for it? I have unlocked the meeting, right?
Sir, visible hai?
It's visible. Play the video.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Azir Khan. My
Audio
topic
is
is
too low.
as social hub. My site selected
Can
is
you
in
increase
Mumbai.
the volume a little bit?
So it's full only.
Acha. Is everyone able to listen to what Razik is saying? Razik, keep playing the video.
Sir, intent, the aim of the project is to.
We are able to hear, but the audio is very low.
Very low. Yeah, audio is very low.
It's not clear, sir.
Should I
Yeah,
explain in 10 minutes?
that's fine. Yeah, yeah. So what you can do, you can mute the audio of your laptop or this particular presentation, and then keep playing the video and simultaneously explain the video.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks.
I'll share the PPT only, sir.
No issues. But try to finish it within 30 minutes.
Yes, yes, sir.
Hello, am I audible?
Perfect.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. My topic is adaptive reuse of urban decay as social hub, and my city is Mumbai. Research intent, the aim of the project is to inquire the contemporary urban voids, trying to understand its abstract as well as its physical constituents. It aims to achieve a holistic view of its causes, scales, types, and manifestations of such spaces within Mumbai. It aims to provide an alternate view on how urban voids in the city could be utilized efficiently to better serve the public. Design intent, the structure and the framework of the old areas have memory attached to it. And it is the only physical presence of this structure that conveys the history of the growth of the city and imparts the spirit of the city. To completely wipe them off the fabric of the city would be like blanking off completely an important era of the history. So there's an opportunity to preserve old mill architecture and social hub playgrounds, cafeterias, green promenades, along with new office spaces to bring new business to the city that derives the economy of the country. Then the Mumbai city is the city that never sleeps. The history of the Mumbai goes back to the 17th century, where it was presented as a dowry to Prince Charles. The detailed evolution of the city will be studied in the further slide. Precinct is Baikala. The land area of the precinct is 7.5 square kilometers. Population of the precinct is 440,000 square. 440,000. Distance from the city center is 2.3 kilometers. City center which I have chosen is Baikala railway station. Then FSI of the site elected at 1.0. The land use, there is no proposal on the elected site. The governing authority of elected site is BPT. Elected site area is 22,759 square meters and 5.62 acres. The Cotton Green railway station is named after Art Deco building of Cotton Exchange and series of warehouses. The older Cotton Green in Kolaba was thus named because it was in the village green and housed the original Cotton Exchange. Then evolution of Mumbai, it was termed from the Mumbai Devi temple. Then in 1661, Portuguese handed over Mumbai island to British Prince Charles as gift dowry. Then 7 islands into one big mass. First railway line in India between Mumbai and Thane. Then University of Mumbai established. Mumbai Port Trust was formed. Then BMC was founded. Gateway of India was constructed in order to welcome King George and Queen Mary. Then King Edward Memorial Hospital was inaugurated. IIT Bombay was established in Powai. Then last tram made its visit from Bodhibandar to Dadar. Then Great Bombay Textile Mills strike was started. Then first phase of the 3-part terminal was opened. Then Worli Sailing was opened on 30 June. Then Mumbai Metro from Versova to Ghatkopar. And then monorail was launched. So this is my site, which is in Railroad area, next to Railroad railway station. locating the railroad, it is in the eastern side of Mumbai. Then the precinct location, then the landmark. This is the landmark, important landmarks in the precinct, like abandoned railway station, railroad railway station, then sawmills, then Baikala Zoo. Then there are residential buildings, and there are festival zone like Railroad Charaja, which is in the precinct. Then there are few fluxes, virtual fluxes, material fluxes, and natural fluxes. In virtual fluxes, there is India United Mill number 3 and Darukhana. Then there are residential and commercial areas. Material fluxes are used to map the human activity in the precinct, like Cotton Green railway station, abandoned railway station, and railroad railway station. And road networks. Then we have natural features like natural vegetation in the precinct and Baikala Zoo. So what I did is I observed the transformation of the precinct from 2005 to 2020. So I divided the transformation into two sides, west side and the east side, in order to observe the drastic difference in development in western side and in the eastern side. In the western side, there was development started in like development of old mill lands into housing, and on the other side, eastern side didn't see that much of development. So development started to grow in eastern side, but there on the western side, but there was no such kind of development on the eastern side. Then in 2015, few structures was demolished. The yellow indicates the demolished part, and the blue indicates the redevelopment. And on the on the eastern side, few warehouses was demolished in 2015. So this is the overall transformation and evolution of the precinct. As you can see that there is a drastic changes from the old mill lands are developed into a high rise and the housing buildings on the western side. But on the eastern side, it is remained untouched. Diversity in the land use. So predominantly residential, many retail shops present for daily needs. Land ownership mostly high percentage of private owned lands. Public owned land only includes railway station in the precinct. The knowledge diagram, knowledge map indicates that most of the area in the precinct is black, that falls under public realm, that is not accessible by everyone. Then dense built fabric on the western side as compared to the eastern side, lack of open accessible spaces. Then city comparison, I have compared the city with Bangalore, East Delhi and Chennai, because in my precinct there is a railway station, there is a man-made feature that divides the precinct into two, east and west. So I saw the similar type of build fabric in this particular cities. That's why I've chosen this cities. So this is the context and the build from responses, which gave me a hint for space program development, like education, IT, and tourism. In my precinct, there is a blind school, classes, office areas, startups, and abandoned mills, or heritage tourism, and industries, steel workshops, deteriorating industry, textile mills. Then there is a redevelopment going on in the precinct. Then precinct street network, contrasting street network in the eastern side and in the western side. In the eastern side, it is organic pattern, and on the western side, it is warehouses parallel pattern. Road hierarchy, the local roads are well connected with the arterial roads, and arterial roads are well connected with the main roads. So there is no such kind of dead ends. Then in most of the areas of the precinct, road hierarchy is followed, and it is functioning better because internal road forming loops, high connected node ratio, similar link node ratio, and dead ends indicates that precinct has better connectivity. Then local roads, Dr. Maskinder's road on the eastern side, it is 12 meter in width, and stalls and high-rise residential buildings are observed on the both sides of the building, and parking facilities and commercial activities are observed on the both sides of the road. And on the eastern side, on the warehouse area, it is similar, just 12 meter in width, but there are warehouses are observed on the both the side, and there is a loading unloading activities, and parking facilities are observed on both the sides of the road. Then the main road is 20 meter in width, and parking facilities, and there is no commercial activity that is happening on the road. Railway station and steel workshops are present. So this is the public. This is the activity that is happening on the site from morning to evening. Like from morning, there is a parking facility, parking of buses, parking of trucks, loading and unloading, and there is a children's play area. Then there is a graffiti artist. Then there is a rap battle arena. Public do rehearsal over there. So these are the social activities that happens in the site. So my site plan, and there are 38 warehouses in my site. So this is the height mapping and neighborhood mapping, in which it can be observed that on the western side there is a mixed use development of low rises, mid rises, and high rises, whereas there is on the eastern side there is only low rises are observed. So this is the existing build form, which is 33 meters in length, 13 meters wide, and 9 meters height. So structural system is RCC structural system is used in warehouses. Grids of columns supports horizontal beams and roofs. Envelope system is walls are made of bricks. And this is the side elevation of the warehouse, existing warehouse, which has RCC roof, skylights, and RCC columns. Vehicular movement, I have mapped vehicular movement from morning to evening, like trucks, buses, cars, scooties, and bicycle. In the morning time, there is heavy traffic of trucks and buses because there is a loading and unloading activity that is happening. So trucks are seen more. The green color is used for trucks. And in the afternoon time, there is a medium traffic is being observed, and there is less of loading and unloading activities that is happening. Then there is a smooth traffic at night time. So this is the traffic pattern from morning to evening. And this is the climate analysis, sunpath analysis. Latitude of the site is 18 degree and longitude is 72 degree. As there is a existing build form that is present in the site, so few of the places in the site is self-shaded. But later on, this study will be used further because few of the structures will be demolished and because they are dilapidated, they are not in good conditions. So this is the site sections. These are few images of the site. And design strategies. Strategies are based on the results from the studied reference project, interviews, and site analysis. There are attract, explored, enable, open space. Attract is about highlighting, marketing, and emphasizing a place. Explore is about investigating the potentials of a place, like it can be used as a platform for discussions and observations. Enable allows citizens, organizations, and alike to take part and contribute in projects. And open space is about flexible and non-program space. Context is also very important design strategy because it creates an infinite number of possibilities. Then preservation, subtraction, addition, and extension are my principles of adaptive reuse, which I'll be using in further design development stage. Preservation does not only mean by preserving an existing structure, it can also mean by preservation of the silhouette of the structure. Addition is like addition of structural members for strengthening or addition of interconnecting bridge. Subtraction in this particular strategy, few existing warehouses will be removed as per the design guidelines. As per that strategy, and because few are in dilapidated condition. So conclusion, adaptive reuse of an existing building can oftentimes be more cost effective than building a new facility, but conserving energy is not only the reason for adaptive reuse of an existing building. The goal should to create a high performance building by applying the integrated whole building design process. The project during the planning that ensures all key objectives are met. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rajesh. Akshita, can you share? Akshita, can you start your presentation? Akshita, I think you're mute.
Sir, is the audio audible?
Right now you
No,
are
it is
audible.
not.
You are, if it's a video, it's not.
So, So 1 minute, can I unshare and share? The screen is not.
Yeah. You can do it again.
Understanding the research intent to study and understand the impact of celebration on life and to initiate a journey of experiences based on transitory celebrations. Design intent. The intent is to develop a facility that caters to both the counterparts of celebration, that is, the artist and audience, a platform to explore and medium to interact. About the place, so the city that I'm focusing on for study is Delhi, the national capital. Delhi has a chaotic, asymmetric beauty. One side of Delhi is still with the ancient style of architecture, old unwinding lanes, age-old markets, and traditional communities, whereas the new part of the city is getting flourished with modernization. The diversity in Delhi makes it a most prominent attraction. Context. The following are the topics that are further explored in this site investigation. Context. Delhi shares boundary with Punjab, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, and Haryana. Thus, the traditional lifestyle in Delhi is very much influenced by the culture of these neighboring regions. Delhi is of great historical significance as an important commercial, transport, and cultural hub, as well as the political center of India. The city is a part of India's golden tourist triangle, that is Jaipur, Delhi, Agra, and marks high number of domestic and international tourists. The city has 11 districts, and it was made a union territory in 1956. Being a cosmopolitan city, all the major festivals in India are celebrated here. Many other cultural festivals and annual events are also organized by the local authorities of the city. We can clearly see the major impact of urbanization in the city with reference to the map shown, where the red dot marks as the built fabric of the city. The site selected falls under the ward named Jahangirpuri. It is located in the northwest side of the city. Studying the growth of the city, it kind of expands from all the sides, making it fall under the endless growth section. The city marks a diameter of around 32 kilometers. Due to rapid urbanization, there are satellite cities being formed around, which marks high number of migrating population. The city has been experiencing fast urbanization expansion. The top right map shows the development of DP of Delhi from 1972 to 2021. Context. Site to the city centers. The map shows the site with other city centers and point of interest and major transit hubs. From the site to the major city centers, it takes around 40 to 45 minutes to cover the distance. The sections covered under city centers are heritage site, airport, railway station, bus terminals, amusement park, wetland parks, a garden, and other parks. There is a metro station in close proximity to the site, which is shown as the pink dotted lines. Is the major metro route which is connected to Hazrat Nizamuddin station, and which is then connected to New Delhi station. And the blue line marked is the interconnected metro line. The orange dots are the junction points, and the black line shows the time consumed to reach the destination. The site selected falls under Delhi Jahangirpuri Ward 22N. Land area for study is 4.2 square kilometers. Population of the precinct is 1,97,000. Distance from the city center is around 7.8 kilometers, and elevation from the sea level is 745 feet. Proposed development plan of Delhi. The red circle is where the site is marked, and on the right, the blue portion with black line is the site. It falls under public and semi-public usage. The site FSI or FRI is 1.2. Land of selected site is public and semi-public facilities. Governing authorities is Municipal Corporation of Delhi. The site is owned by government. Elected site area is 65,327 square meters. On the right, the orange one is the site. The blue are the tertiary roads. The purple is the secondary road, and the pink one are marked are the highways. Urbanization, evolution, and transformation from the year 2000 to 2004 to 2008. As you can see, there is some development process going on the right, on the east portion of the precinct. A new industrial and a metro yard being constructed. From the year 2013 to 2020, a lot of new development can be seen as a new metro station was added to the precinct, and a commercial area being developed. The current land use around the site, most of residential areas can be seen. There are a lot of green and open vacant land around the site. There are a few schools and one industrial area around the site. The following are the areas marked accordingly. A lot of residential areas is a positive point for the project, as initiating interaction and celebration are the two major points that the project will focus upon, and the precinct will help in development of the project. The image shown are of the nearby residential areas. 25% of the built mass can be seen in the precinct, which means a good amount of green and vacant land is available in the precinct. On the left, there are some images of open grounds and built mass in the block. In the block, there are around 5 churches, 8 mosques, 6 temples, 8 local markets, 6 schools, and an industrial area. On the left, the images shows one temple a fish market, and a church in the block. The map here shows fluxes around the site. The natural fluxes are greenland, wetland parks, and other grounds, open grounds. Virtual fluxes are tourism and migration. Material fluxes are metro station, industrial zone, housing, reserved areas, and market. On the left, you can see the following images. The sections are through the internal roads of the block. As you can see, there are narrow lanes with G+1, 2, and 3 buildings. The block has mixed type of urban patterns can be seen, one of which a major portion is plotted urban blocks, and some of the blocks are perimeter urban blocks. Major activity mapping around the site with a radius of 300, 500, and 800 meters, and a fire station and 2 fire stations in the block. Activities like playing cricket, activities related to market and construction can be seen in the close circle to the area or the site. Text of growth and built forms. State here is Delhi. The precinct is Jahangir Puri. The context is educational, under which teaching, practicing, and informal learning areas. Recreational has relaxing, leisure, and learning activities. Tourism has international and domestic tourism. Community has performers, audience, and supporting staffs. Activity as performing, spectating, and learning. And infrastructures are arena and installations, which are later related to built responses like training room, classroom, canopy, garden, amphi, heritage walkways, theatre show, stage, parade pathways, staff room, green room, sitting areas, formal, informal areas, halls, and workshop areas. Demographics are, according to Census 2011, the block has a population of around 1,97,148, among which 1,63,088 are male and 90,760 are female. More of young population can be seen in the precinct. Religion-wise, there are 76% of Hindus, 24% of Muslims, 0.29% of Christians, and 1.51% of Sikhs, 0.05 Buddhists, and Jaina 0.08, which leads us to that the area has a mixed type of population with diverse culture and religion. The city has been compared with 3 other cities, that is Mumbai, Ahmedabad, and Agra. In Mumbai, it is Kandivali. In Ahmedabad, it is Motera, and in Agra, it is Sikandra. All the cities have a similar built-up area and unbuilt area. The skyline changes according to the urban fabric of the city, where low-rise is seen in Delhi and Agra, where Delhi has low-rise high density and Agra has low-rise low density. Mid-rise and high-rise can be observed in Kandivali and Motera, where Kandivali has high-rise high density due to crunch of land and high demand for built areas. Built from Contextual Response, Hall of Nation by Rajrawal in Delhi. The design was evolved to meet the constraint of time, availability of material and labor, but above all to reflect symbolically and technologically India's intermediate technology in the 25th year of independence. The depth of the structure was utilized as a sunbreaker. Innovation and use of material and structural system can be seen in this project. The second one is Indian Habitat Center by Joseph Stein in Delhi. This case study was taken to study the blend of formal and informal spaces in the facility and to study the orientation of the block with response to the climate and green measures taken for that particular arid climate. Structural system, mostly the structures are made from reinforced concrete, and as it is a good insulator from heat and keeps the place cool. In the first case, as experimental form is derived using basic concept of space frame, sunshades are useful to avoid direct contact of heat. In second case, basic slab column beam system is used. The large spaces help to shade the inner courtyards and parking areas. Use of basic geometrical shape can be observed. Material use, lightweight material is used to reduce the amount of dead load on the structure. Recyclable material is also taken into consideration. Locally available materials are given priority as the cost is reduced by doing so. Work is seen as a piece of art by the visionaries. Services, grey water is well treated and used for irrigation. Water as a cooling element is used to lower down the temperature as the region is under hot and dry climate. Punchers are seen as to let the natural sunlight in and reduce the electrical cost of the building, as well as to circulate the air in the structure. The plan shown on the left side is the site plan, and on the right is the neighboring land use map. Climate. Step diagram shows the sun path overlapped onto the site, where the longer portion of the site is from east to west and the shorter portion is from north to south, and has intense heat in summer from 12 to 4. The main wind catchment area is from northwest. The minimum and maximum temperatures are 5 degrees Celsius, and the maximum temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. The map on the left explains the road network of the block, where yellow are marked are the internal roads, the pink are the secondary roads, and the orange is the primary axis, that is the national highway connected to the site. The big blue dots are the major traffic junctions in the block. Amenities around the site are shown on the left side, right side of the page. There are 5 hospitals, 4 bus stops, but bus route connecting those bus stops, 6 hotels, one gas station, 1 metro station, and the pink line is the metro route. Site is well connected to public transport. It includes a metro, a bus route, and a highway. The first section is from west to east, pointing towards north. The second section is from north to south, facing west. Most of the surrounding area is vacant, and a small amount of residential blocks with G+1 and G+2 height can be seen. These are some site images showing the nearby metro route and the national highway connected to the site. Conclusion: the site is located near areas which has good public transport facilities and other amenities. As the area is in search of economic boost, the facility developed will help in solving the issues. It is in near proximity to Katputli colony, which is the largest performing community in India. It is under a developing node which will benefit the project and vice versa. The site is also connected to state and national highways. As to extreme climate can be observed, design must respond to both the conditions. The region falls under Golden Tourist Triangle in India, so large number of domestic and international tourist footfall is observed. Thank you.
Thank you, Akshita. Zainab?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This is a statement is to understand and analyze the network of spheres, enabling holistic learning for all, which addresses the urban disparities associated with knowledge sharing and learning. Design intent is to create a natural learning environment for lifelong holistic learning in cities. Talking about the city Mumbai, which I've selected as which I've selected. Mumbai city district, South Mumbai, is known as the old city and the main central business district of the entire city. And the Mumbai suburban district, North Mumbai, is a predominantly residential area. As it can be seen in the map, it is divided into two major parts: into South Mumbai, North Mumbai, and the main central city is called Bombay. India is predicted to surpass the population of China by 2030. Hence, it represents a spectrum of locations occupied by people from varied economic backgrounds, leading to urban disparities and divides, within which the thesis idea could be tested. As you can see in the timeline, Mumbai's history can be dated back as far as 1700s. It has seen major development over the last 2 centuries, starting from the merging of islands to the build of the first railway line, to the formation of BMC, and to the point now where we have a monorail. And the corona pandemic in 2020, a lot of development has been seen in Mumbai, both infrastructure wise as well as the population wise, as I mentioned earlier. And Mumbai's spatial growth. Mumbai has grown in northern direction, limited by physical geography. The northern movement along rail and road corridors comes first, thereby connecting the suburbs in the north. Growing population and the needs of people led to the shift and development of suburbs. Preferred mode of commute. So majority of the population living in Mumbai tend to travel through railway because of the cost inclusivity as well as the time travel reduction. Mumbai's public transport consists primarily of rapid transit on exclusive suburban railway lines, augmented by commuter rail on main line serving outlying suburbs, the bus services of the three municipalities making up the metropolitan area, and public taxis and auto rickshaws as well as ferry services are available. People belonging to various financial backgrounds take on public transport in Mumbai for its affordability and lower time consumption. This is the award that I have studied, Malad, where my site is located. According to the census of 2011, the P North ward, which includes Malad East and West, is the most populous in Mumbai. It is well-established residential and commercial micro market. Majority of the people living in the precinct belong to a particular age group, which is of 20 to 30 years, as can be observed from the population trait. Reaching Malad, time taken to reach Malad from different parts of the suburb via roadways and ferries has been mentioned here. Malad is well connected to the rest of the Mumbai. Frequent bus services are available in Malad West. It connects with other areas by Link Road, SV Road, and NH8 ferry. From Malad, ferry services from Nori, Gorai, and Verova is available. It is about 12.2 kilometers away from the main international airport, which is Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport. Reaching Malad through the railway line is the most efficient way. And Malad history, if as seen in the timeline, Malad starting from being a small hamlet with 12 families to a fast becoming IT hub has been seen exponential growth in the last 3 centuries. uh, the site timeline, as can be seen from in 2005, it has been dotted by unplanned settlements, residential mid-rise buildings and office buildings. In 2010, opening of bigger malls in the western suburb, Infinity Mall, and building of other mixed-use and commercial buildings. In 2016 was the year which marked the building of the metro line, and to 2020-21 saw the growth of informal settlements, of further growth of informal settlements. The land area that Malad occupies is 42.45 square kilometer. The population of the precinct is 946,000, and the distance from the city center is 1.7 kilometer, which is Malad railway station. The site FSI is 1.33. The land use that I've selected is of the site that I've selected is education and social amenity. Ownership of the land is private. The governing authority is BMC, and the elected site area is 16,604 square meters. In the proximity map, as you can see, from a kilometer of 0.25 to 1.75, it consists multiple recreational areas, IT hubs, and a lot of residential areas as well. Predominantly commercial areas dot the precinct. Precinct study. As per the land use map, as you can see, the institutional sector occupies 6.4%, and social amenities occupy 6.8%, and vacant line 38.6%, and the water bodies 24.1%, because of the presence of the mangroves. Very in the vicinity of the site. This is the case. And so the majority of the demarcation goes under the vacant plot. Precinct study, as studying the height of the structures within the precinct. It is predominantly occupied by structures which are from G+13 to G+20, and built and unbuilt, and a road hierarchy. Majority of the, as you can see in the picture itself, there's a lot of unbuilt mass, but all of that is very unregulated. A traffic pattern, the entire back road of Mindspace is poorly lit, making it a perfect crime scene. There are street lights only on one side of the road, need plenty of working street lights. Presence of Infinity Mall brings in crowd from western suburb to the precinct, which results in increases in traffic on this road between afternoon till the time the mall closes. So this is the image of the street, which is right next to the site. This is my site, and this is the image of the so this is the road, and these are the images. So from 6 to 8, this is how it is, and from 1 to 4 or 5 to 9, majority of the traffic is observed between 5 to 9. Increasing tint of the color reflects the increase in traffic through those roads. And street mapping, a section of the sub-arterial road that connects the arterial road in western suburbs connecting Andheri, Kandivali, Goregaon, and Borivali. If cutting a section through here and observing it through different time periods, it can be seen that in the morning, the major activity that happens is jogging, walking, people walk their pairs, leisure walk, and cycling. It has a very relaxed and serene environment in the morning as compared to the other time periods. At 11 to 12, they're just hawkers selling food in the street, homeless people living on the street, in the regular movement of traffic. During 2 to 6, a similar pattern can be observed, except you can see a lot of parked vehicle along the edge. Between 6 to 9, there's a lot of traffic because people are leaving the precinct. People who are working in the IT hubs and commercial buildings nearby, they're leaving. Hence, there's a lot of traffic between these periods. This is the mapping of the of the main arterial road, above which the construction of metro rail is happening. The street remains dark as compared to the others. Okay, yeah. So yeah, this is the explanation for that. Link Road, which runs in the precinct below Metro Bridge, experiences traffic throughout the day because of its attachment to other subarterial roads in Malad and Deri, Kandivali, and Borivali and Goregaon. As can be seen, this is the street section of the dark area that I was talking about. This is what happens throughout the day. Active hours of the precinct. The precinct is busiest between 6 to 9. Almost all the commercial facilities except Paradigm 1, which closes by 11. There's a particular commercial building, office building, which runs up to 24 hours. While most office goers leave after office hours, some hang out around outside of their offices near the small stalls on the edge of the road. Climate study. Yeah, the AQI is 134, which can severely affect sensitive groups. The air pollution over there is quite high because of the regular traffic. On average, the temperatures are always high. A lot of rain falls in the month of June and July. And according to the rainfall data released, a maximum amount of rainfall is absorbed during July, which leads to clogging of all the drains and filling up of the roadways. The coldest month is January. And as seen in the sun path, the longest edge of the site receives sunlight from the southwestern edge. Flora and fauna. Mumbai is situated in a biodiversity hotspot of Indian northern part of Western Ghats. Hence, a lot of flora and fauna is in general observed. And because of the presence of the mangrove, these are some of the biodiversity that can be regularly seen over there. And these are I've listed them here. And the soil composition of the site is alluvium. It's suitable for growing a lot of crops. Contextual response, build response, and if we talk about that, central location of the precinct has resulted in the build of a lot of social infrastructure with the presence of restaurants, multiplexes, hospitals, and colleges. It is well connected with the rest of the city, and multiple upcoming infrastructure development involving the road, flyover, metro lane line, which are expected to further improve the connectivity. Build form response. Majority of the infrastructure in the precinct is constructed of RCC. Except for Technipoint, which makes use of Mangalore tiles on the sloping roof, and it seems to have incorporated some of the vernacular architectural elements into it. The developers and the designers of these office buildings have tried to incorporate certain sustainable strategies which were favorable to them. And the site plan. So this is the site plan, and the dimensions have been demarked. This is the condition of the site, and this is the aerial view. Currently, it is completely abandoned, as there's some issue going on in between the people who own the site. Currently, it's being inhabited by a few homeless people who live in the hutments. This is the section of these are the two sections which I've cut. One is through the site. Both of them are through the site. One is the longer edge, and one is the shorter edge. The strategies use of modular customizable process of construction, which will embrace the need of the future development, advancing technology and its flexible needs. The facility will be open 24/7 to keep the neighborhood safe, provide an alternative hangout and learning space open for all, suiting the various needs of users as per their lifestyle, making use of the fertile soil to grow edible shrubs and trees, which will become a part of the urban farming, keeping the site non-gated, open to all, only having trees and shrubs at boundaries between the site and the adjacent plot. Planting of taller trees towards the west, and placing the major building block in the southwestern edge to block the harsh sun directed towards the afternoon sun directed the plot, creating a aesthetically pleasing and unique building to increase its engagement towards wider public, but also making it inviting to the lower income groups. Monetizing the produce from urban farming, which is included in my program, to keep the landscape clear. Parking spaces would be kept below, and certain rain gardens and retention pond to hold up the rainwater, which could be stored and later consumed. Conclusion, Malad is still growing. Developments and redevelopments in the vacant and existing plots within the next 10 years can be expected, mainly because of its central location and with the onset of the metro line construction. As seen in the above study and analysis, it can be concluded that to create a natural learning environment for lifelong holistic learning in cities, such spaces which receive maximum influx of people and have maximum observable urban disparities at its fringes, would be most benefited by such a project. But it would also serve the learning needs of the entire city, serving multiple age groups and breathing new life into the neighborhood and the health of cities. This is the activity that I did for generating a space program, a relation between space, city context, diversity, and leisure responses. The main three responses that uh, that my structure would be providing would be leisure responses, work responses, and revenue responses. Yeah, thank you.
Now, sir. Yeah, so we have actually gone through all this presentation. So we would like to generate this discussion here. Why do you think only these three presentations were selected to present in front of you? So did you find any difference between many of your presentations and these three presentations in terms of outcome and analysis? Maybe. Actually, we were not supposed to be part of this discussion at all, but I think this discussion is needed amongst yourself. So that is why we will just start this discussion and we might leave. Yes.
So we missed out on a lot of things by doing the analysis.
Okay. What else? Anybody else want to pitch?
Like most of the mapping in my case I've not done, so I have to work on that.
So very important. In order to explain lot of things, see, one thing is observation data collection, but another thing is how do you represent that learning, whatever learning or outcome which you have got through your study. So a very good aspect is three of us had a specialized drawings or maybe illustrations created only to explain certain things, and that creates a lot of impact. So maybe it may be a small thing to explain, but a small illustration actually conveys in a better way. So that's the one of the major aspects. So I think everyone should learn from these three presentations. Okay. Yeah. Anything else?
Anything else you guys want to pitch in? The three people who presented today, anything else they want to talk about how this particular process of observing the city rather than only observing the site helps them to generate strategies? If those three presenters want to talk about.
ये सर इन माय केस जो मेरा टॉपिक जो है मतलब हिस्टोरिकल या फिर जो मेमोरी है तो वो मेमोरी सिर्फ साइट के पास की नहीं है मेमोरी उसके आसपास के एरिया की है मतलब अबेंडन रेलवे स्टेशन है फिर मील्स है फिर वो सब जब मैं एनालिसिस कर रहा था तो मुझे उसमें पता चला कि एक्चुअली क्या है उसके साइट के आसपास कि व्हेन आई वाज टू गो फ्रॉम ट्रेन मतलब मुझे सिर्फ लगता है वेयर हाउसेस है ऐसे बट मैं वहाँ पर जब गया तो वहाँ पर रेलवे ट्रैक्स ट्रैम के ट्रैक्स अभी भी वहाँ पे है उन लोगों ने उसको हटाया भी नहीं है पुराने पुराने स्ट्रीट लाइट्स भी अभी भी वहाँ पर प्रेजेंट है इट इज अनटच्ड तो ये सब एनालिसिस करने के बाद मुझे पता चला
Akshita?
And also,
Yeah, Jan,
yeah, the precinct that I've selected, it's a part of a larger fabric. So anything that happens there or anything that happens all around, that is reflected in the precinct as well as in the external fringes. So studying it all together, I realized that how many independent which might seem very independent to us are directly related to the precinct and vice versa. So a lot of connections that way I could establish, and the fact that the precinct is so well connected, I observed a lot of changes and as a lot of elements that which would have not been observable otherwise.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
I've not visited the site, but observing it observing it through researches, I found out that it is very important to connect my site to the rest of the city, as the facility that is going to come up is related to the city. So mapping the city was really important, showing the transit and the public facilities around the site.
In my opinion, it's very important to have research on something which is city oriented is very instrumental for design because generally in practice also we don't get chance to visit the site very often, but then it's become our responsibility as an architect to judge the character of the city, respond to it, what are the needs of the future in terms of stakeholders. So it's very important to first जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं ना कि वो सिटी का उस धागा पकड़ना बहुत जरूरी है पहले कुछ भी डिजाइन करने के लिए, otherwise your building and your design will look very very alien to that city. तो अगर हम लोग ये अप्रोच रखते हैं, so we are not saying all these three presentations are complete yet. Okay, there are lot of things which they can add right now, which are yet not attempted. Okay, in Razik case, there could be a because the city is already well known to jurors and most of the people who are attempting thesis. So, but still, how we can document few of the prominent nearby cities जिससे वो नेबरहुड का एक कैरेक्टर पता चल जाएगा. In Akshita's case also the similar study is yet pending where those street characteristics will give a informal character of that city. That is very important. As an architect, we are trained to design and trained to create a comfortable, formal, organized spaces. Okay, because we already got the standards for. अगर auditorium design करने बोला तो it's very very easy to design auditorium for any city because it's an indoor environment space. But it's very challenging and it's very interesting to design informal unorganized space because that has to respond to the character of that city. तो मैं मुंबई के लिए डिजाइन करके उसको कॉपी पेस्ट नहीं कर सकता दिल्ली के लिए या कैलकाटा के लिए या आसाम के लिए. आई कैन डू दैट because that character is respond to the people, the people's persona which is there. So Mumbai is known for so many things, so many things. It's a cosmopolitan city, it's a city of dreams, it's a city which never slept, so that amenities which are available 24/7. Okay, so those character need to be portrayed, and what Parag sir have rightly said is these three students have put an efforts to create those diagrams so that this information is conveyed to everyone. Maybe a very simple diagram in Rajit case I like the diagram कि उसने सिटी के अंदर सॉरी उसके साइट के अंदर और साइट के आजू बाजू जो भी एक्टिविटी हो रही है उसके लिए सिर्फ एक कोलाज की है इमेज का, which is a very interesting collage which gives us the information, photographic information, graphical information about what kind of a formal informal activities happen around it. And he very beautifully, what I like about today's present is all three of them were prepared. They have written the script about the 10 minutes presentation and then the vocabulary was very strong. So it's a very brilliant effort in terms of I think this need to be consider for your final presentation. We are extending the submission, okay, and the internal marking to the next week, and then we are going to start with the workshop after that. So we are going to have a workshop on 17th and 18th. Okay, you don't have any other lectures, so 17th and 18th we are going to have a workshop. Then you will be working on your design dissertation with your guide, and on the Tuesday, next Tuesday, we will be having jury with the those external persons who are going to come and interact with you for your strategy. So the strategies are also very important, and for that workshop we want AR&D template till slide number 12 and the module 1 observing the city ka conclusion to be ended. We are again saying that the conclusion में जो भी ये लोगों ने लिखा है या तुम लोग भी लिख रहे हो सारे लोग, not necessarily all those conclusion will get adopted in design. These are yet not tested strategies because in workshop we will test these strategies and then we'll come to the final conclusion that yes, these are the strategies जो मैं आगे लेके जाने वाला हूँ डिजाइन में. ये strategies टेस्ट करने के बाद फेल हो गए, these are irrelevant, so I'm cancelling those strategies. So that is how things are going to progress. But for those testing right now we have got only 1 week. जो 2 वीक दिए थे पहले वो हम लोगों ने वहां से 1 वीक में लिया है, and we are giving you time to complete the design dissertation and AR&D template till the next week. So we are again extending this to you. other than this, okay, Prajakta, if you're the Ratsa, if you want to say something or adding to this.
No, student actually needs to compare at what stage they are right now with whatever presentation they have seen today. As I discussed this with AR&D faculties, there are complaints from those faculties because things have not yet started with respect to AR&D. Okay, now we are giving them one more week extension on certain criteria, but the expectation will be little more on a higher side because see, we cannot every time extend your deadline and just we are not getting what expected work is there. So again, even Abhishek sir and other design dissertation faculties are taking efforts to manage certain workshop for you or a seminar which will enhance your uh, uh, call it matlab analysis thinking. Okay, so analytical thinking is more important on this aspect. We could have easily given you the chance to okay, chalo take the site, start drafting and designing and complete it. So that doesn't make any sense. So that is the whole idea. Go ahead and take this opportunity and make this 1 week which is been extended so that everybody will be on a similar path or say on a similar table.
And we are very firm about if students are still very casual and careless about their approach. Okay, there are many such cases. Okay, there are cases which there I'm just announcing few names of the students which we as a design dissertation team have found that they are poorly performing right now. Okay, that doesn't mean that the rest of the class is performing handsomely. Okay, there is Fatima, Maz, then Vedehi, Shahud. These people are uh, underperforming right now. They are performing not so good. What the work which is uploaded for the review, okay, we set as a whole team and we again review it as a team. So it's not only my opinion, but it's all the 5 people who reviewed the work are saying this. There are other than these 4 critical names, we also have 3 names जिनका काम incomplete है, like Nosheen because of her health, she is not able to put up. Sadaf, I don't know, Sandeep sir are constantly saying that her work is there, but the work is highly incomplete. Okay, work is highly incomplete. In Swastik case, Swastik gave us a very interesting mirror for rest of the class, where we have requested everyone to put their template onto the drive, not as the offline file. ओके, मैंने ड्राइव पे रखने को बोला था आप सब लोगों को टेम्पलेट, और उसका लैपटॉप शट डाउन हो गया. सो ही हैव ओनली uploaded first 4 slides. If he could have worked online on the drive, okay, he might not have required to keep a backup ready because the file is already saved on the drive. कॉलेज में जो आपको अभी ऑफिशियल ईमेल आईडी दिया है उसका कैपेसिटी 35 GB है. It's not 25 GB, it's 35 GB which you have. So I think for the AR&D and DD ka template which you are creating, which you are completing right now, it has to be on the drive itself so that you don't have to take up a backup. Okay, so make sure that whole software of Google Drive help you to import the file size, reduce the file size, compose the image, give all those PPT presentation. Rajiv today presented the work with the beautiful animation, that whatever is relevant is coming one by one. Pura slide aa nahi rehta. So once we have given you PPT as a template, you can use animation as a tool together. Okay, I think that is also something which is a good takeaway we can observe in the presentation. So these are the warning which we wanted to give you. The statement is going to be, if people who don't finish AR&D conclusion, NDDD conclusion, okay, correctly, I'm saying correctly, okay, as per the required standard by each mentor, your guide is going to approve you for the workshop. Okay, they will give us a name that this student's work is complete. He or she have performed up to the mark, and she or he is fit for the workshop. Those student only will go for the workshop. बाकी के लोग बच्चे बैठ के वही चीज करने वाले हैं जो अभी चालू है. So they are not going to get benefited from it at all. And we are very firm on this. Unless and until you finish with the first module, then we will begin with the second module. That has to be there. We cannot say that कि ऐसे नहीं हो सकता. Okay. Any other point which you guys want to discuss as a student?
Even you can ask question to the students who presented.
Yeah.
वो प्राइवेट में भी पूछेंगे, लोग के सामने नहीं पूछेंगे.
Fatima, you have a question? Amima, Maz?
Now, were they attentive while presentation?
I don't know, yaar. These guys, the work is so bad. Work is so bad, Maz, that we can't comment on it. We initially thought of commenting on each and every slide, but then we thought work is so incomplete that it's not worth commenting. हर एक स्लाइड पे 10-10 कमेंट डालना पड़ता है. And that's why, because Zanu.
So context of growth and build form responses. So as a lot of people that I've talked to, we have doubt in this. We're not very clear about
today's EVS class faculties are going to clear those doubts. Also, that's why you have to get your PPT or those slides of EVS scrutinized from your DD guide as well, because it's a part of a DD submission. Hence, it has to be scrutinized by DD guides. So, if in EVS those doubts are not getting cleared, make sure that at least you ask the DD faculty. Okay, and if those DD faculties उनसे भी डिस्कस करने का आपको कंफ्यूजन होता है, टॉक टू सम अदर फैकल्टी ना. मैं बार बार तुम लोग को बोलता हूँ यार, टॉक टू सम अदर फैकल्टी. नाउ यू गॉट दी another mentor in AR&D as well. So you got other than 5 of us, now you have got another 3 guides. So there is like a more people are pouring into for discussion. But I don't think so anybody is making a use of it. I think you guys just discuss in a respective subject and then you switch over to complete your work. That should not happen. I think you have a quality discussion, quick discussion with few faculties, get the inputs, think over it, discuss with your DD guide again on those feedbacks, and then correct your files. Okay, but as I am saying again, I am pressing on the at least there were attempt in today's 3 presented. That is what we wanted to show it to others, that there were good attempts, I would say. Okay, so ये attempt लेके ही आगे जाना आपको. One of the primary thing which we wanted to highlight is the citation, the images, the ready-made images, the ready-made maps which you are directly taking from some other sources which are not created by you. There has to be a citation, and then citation has to go into the bibliography. वो किसी ने भी नहीं किया citation, and it's going to become a plagiarized work अगर, because we are putting up your discussions and everything on the YouTube. Okay, it's become a plagiarized work. Okay, so anybody can have an issue with it. So make sure that if you are borrowing somebody else graphics, map, images, data, okay, make sure that there is a citation given to it. We are not saying you can't do that, but give a citation to it. If you are taking a DP map, give a citation to it. कौन से ईयर का डीपी है, कौन से वेबसाइट से लिया, गिव अ साइटेशन टू इट. अगर आपने दूसरे प्रीसिंट कंपेयर किया, अगर आपने टाइमलाइन के लिए अगर 2-3 लोगों का काम देखा है, वहां से इमेजेस बोरो किया, मेक श्योर दैट द स्लाइड नंबर हैव द साइटेशन. अगर बहुत ज्यादा साइटेशन है स्लाइड पर, so slide number wise also you can give a citation and it has to go into the bibliography. So citation के लिए we are planning a lecture by the librarian on this Friday. Once it gets confirmed, it will be shared to you. So it will be a lecture.
Friday or Saturday?
It's Friday. Friday, no, Saturday. Sorry, it's Saturday. Sorry. Okay. Any other questions? Otherwise, we are going to end this session.
Yeah, Abhishek, sir, don't end this session.
Yeah,
Once they are finished, I will speak with them.
yeah,
And we both can read.
yeah. Any other doubts? So the next marking is going to be on Thursday, next Thursday. Okay, the same uh, uh, submission or assignment in GC. We are going to return your assignments, and you're supposed to re-upload the assignment. And this time you will upload it with the 10-minute presentation video. जैसे ये आज स्टूडेंट ने प्रेजेंट किया है, it will be with the 10 minutes presentation video and the PDF of that particular final file. Okay, only 2 content will be uploaded. Okay, and we will be reviewing that presentation as well. Okay, any further points which you guys want to discuss?
10 minutes for both, like 10 for DD and 10 for ARD.
No, it will be only for DD. Assignment is created in DD. For AR&D, there will be another maybe a 10 minutes or 5 minutes because the number of slides are less in that. So we will take a call on AR&D, but right now I'm saying for DD it's 10 minutes. Okay, and the preparation has to be at least matching with what we have presented today. Whatever we have seen it today. Okay, the vocabulary was to the point. The unnecessary repetitive information was not given. Infographics was not repetitive, and more very crisp and relevant information only provided. Okay, that is what is required. Okay, anything else? Okay,
We can.
yeah, so Raj sir will leave. Okay, you can continue with